Good morning. We are off to Wales today. I'm so excited. We've got the car packed up. We're ready to go. We've got snacks in the car and everything. Yeah, it's a bit, the car, well, we're taking a slightly smaller car, so mainly because we're both insured on my car, but I'm not insured on Danny's car, and his car is a slightly bigger one. So we've kind of squished everything into the car, but we're ready to go. And yeah, I just gotta get my shoes on. So I've just gone for a nice simple outfit. I've got my Uniqlo dress on because it has a built-in bra and it's nice and comfortable because I'm going to be driving for the first half. And then, yeah, it's quite a long drive and I just want it to be comfortable. So I've got some extra cables for the car for chargers, and yeah, I've got a jumper in the car, I've got coats in the car, got blanket, anything we might need. So hopefully I don't get too cold. Well, we've arrived at our first stop, which is Paris Castle. I'll show you. There we go. It's quite big, so there's a little bit more to the other side, and then there's quite a lot of land as well and some gardens. This is absolutely gorgeous. So much ivy. There's a little cafe, a little castle. It's an amazing statue. Look at that view. So I unfortunately couldn't show you really anything inside the castle because it does say no photography or anything, but we've had come for a little wander in the gardens. Have a look at these. It's gorgeous. I would highly recommend coming here. There's a little butterfly. Just went by, but I think I've missed it. Oh dear. Some gorgeous flowers. And that castle has the most amazing view from the top. So when we went to Northumberland, we couldn't really, we didn't get to see it in full bloom because we went in, I think it was February or March, and everything in the, where were we? Annick Gardens? There wasn't anything really in bloom, so it was very sort of brown and a little bit of green here and there. But this is lovely. This is, it's nice to see everything in full bloom. Gorgeous. So peaceful. Oh, would you just look at that view? I love the Tudor building. There's some really gorgeous gardens down there. Oh, there's a fountain. Don't know if you can see it. Just very tiny in the distance. So I'm going to say that that is the front gate. Or at least it was the front gate. Can you imagine walking into your property through that? That would be incredible. The car park is at the back of the castle, though. That's where we've parked. But if that was the original entrance, that's amazing. We can also see what looks like rain cloud in the distance. So we were going to have a look down, but I feel like the rain's going to catch us out. So we're going to head back up. Just spotted a little bee, a little bumblebee, and a wasp. We don't care about the wasp, just the bumblebee. So we finally arrived in Newquay and got to this adorable cottage. It was so rustic and kind of cozy, And as you can see from the size of the kitchen and the dining room, it really can accommodate quite a lot of people. So if you've got a big group of people wanting to go to Newquay and have like a nice relaxing week, this was absolutely perfect. And you could actually see the sea from our little Juliet balcony. And this floor, it had like a twin room, and then it also had a double room as well as a full bathroom. And there was actually a shower room with a toilet and a sink in it on the ground floor as well. So as you'll see as we go upstairs, it also had another double bedroom and a twin room. Each one had an ensuite, and honestly this was great. So if you've got like 8 people wanting to stay in a cottage, you've got 4 full-size bathrooms, which I think is amazing. There was plenty of storage for clothes for a short trip, so really could not rate this place highly enough. I found it on Airbnb, and I'll definitely post the link so that if you want to book it at some point, you can do so yourself. So I'd say it's definitely a bit of a trek to get here, but we did also stop halfway en route and stopped at Powis Castle, so, but absolutely stunning, and it's got a nice outside area too. Say hello. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Oh, I feel like I've had such a good rest and sleep for last night. It's super quiet here, very quiet. I couldn't even hear like any birds or anything last night or this morning. So I've had a really nice relaxing sleep. We've just got dressed, we've had a relaxing morning, had breakfast, and we are on our way down to Newquay Harbour today, because we are going to go on a little boat trip and see if we can spot some dolphins, which I'm really excited about. This is like a trip for, like, this is an activity that my mum really wants to do, so I'm really excited that she's going to finally be able to do it, and hopefully we'll get to see some dolphins or some other wildlife, which will be really exciting. And yeah, I'm excited. So I'm not wearing anything fancy today. I've just got a plain t-shirt that I've got from Next on, a little leather belt, also from Next, and then these jeans are from M&S, and then I've got my little jewels bag. This is great. It fits sort of everything I need. However, I do have a couple of other items that I'm going to take with me just as like backup items. Oh, I need my hair clip, so let me grab that, because I think it's going to be quite windy and breezy on the boat. I mean, when is it not windy and breezy on a boat? So got my sunglasses, got my hair clip, so I can clip that up. But yeah, the cottage is lovely, highly recommend. I'll give you all the details below because it's going to be like an Airbnb link. But yeah, the host was really good, responded really quickly, especially when we couldn't figure out how to open the gate. So they responded quite quickly once we'd arrived. And yeah, there's so many amenities in this cottage, it's fantastic. But anyway, let's go see some dolphins. So, if what my mum said is right, we have to walk to the end of the pier, and that is where we catch the boat for the dolphin watching. Red one. So we're thinking that's the boat, the little wildlife tour one.
Yes. She said it was silver and just more something, she said.
Alright. So we get the little one?
Yeah.
And they get the big one.
How they work. So we put our bait into these little tubes here. That'll attract the attention of crabs and lobsters. There they are now. That's what they do. They crawl up the box, they haven't got swim ladders, they fall through this black neck here. Once they're in here, they'll have a nibble at the bait and they travel through that valve, which acts as a one-way valve. So it opens up wide to allow them to come through, and when they try and get back out, they'll stand on it, which traps them in. So here,
Oh my god.
Atlantic blue-tailed lobster. You can see the tail flares out very nicely. He's actually missing a claw. He's missing his second claw. Not, that will regrow.
To be fair, that claw looks bigger than this one.
So it will regrow. So they can regrow the legs, the claws, antennae, even the whole tail. The only thing they can't regrow are the two eyes. Two eyes are either side on stalks.
Yeah.
So if anything, if they're having a fight or anything, it'll release, a bit like a lizard with a tail. If you pick the lizard up and start wiggling it around by its tail, it'll just release the tail. Just like on the roof.
Very clever.
That's what these guys do. It'll take about 7 months to start regrowing. It won't regrow to the full size that it should be, but it'll get to a decent size where it can start using it again. So normally you have, he's got a crushing claw, there's that big one there, and then you have a snipping claw, which is very serrated. I'll show you on the other lobsters. And that'll cut through the fish and wherever it cuts through, get through the skin as well. So I've got to be really careful when you're holding them. So these two big boscae or antennae, whatever you want to call them, they detect different vibrations and motions from the water. You've got those two little ones underneath there, and that's like to taste and smell, so that tongue and nose. It's got these little claws underneath here, they don't hurt, that's just to pass little bits of food into its mouth, which is just in there. Little sets of teeth, and this is actually a male lobster. So you can tell the difference between male and female by turning them upside down and looking at their swimming paddles. If it was a female, it would have loads of little hairs on these swimming paddles underneath, and that's where they'd store the eggs. Because this hasn't got any hairs, it indicates it's a male. You can also tell by feeling the tail. If you feel the tail, it'll go straight down, it'll be a male. If it flares out, it'll be a female. Do you want a little hold?
Happy to look and not touch.
So if it was a female, then
Yeah.
she was breeding, so she had eggs.
Yeah.
What we would do, we'd put a V-notch into the tail.
Yeah.
The local fishermen should do that as well. The crabs just disregard them, and that's why you see them washed up on the beach. The lobsters, they'll eat the shell and get the nutrients out of the shell, and so you're going to drop her backwards, 1, 2, 3. Like that, all the way down to the bottom of the water. So the spider crab, scavenger crab really. The pincers are very chopstick-like. They don't hurt if you stick your thumb in there. It's just a couple of bits of food. You see he's got 4 legs, missing one on this side, but he's got 4 legs on that side, and a claw. So that one will regrow, take about 7 months again, very similar to the lobsters. So they can use the legs, claws, the little antennae, even the whole tail underneath if they don't use anymore, they can use that, the mouthpieces they can use. The only thing they can't use are the 2 eyes. When the eyes are out on the stalks, they have 360 vision, so they can see all around, they can see in about 7 different colour spectrum of light. Which is really cool. And when these are out the water, same thing as a lobster, they'll hold water in their shell and they constantly pass that water into their gills to get the oxygen that they need. So you can tell it's a male just by turning it upside down, especially with the spider crabs. The spider crabs will have a lot longer claws and bigger claws. The females have really short claws, really thin. This is a fairly new young one. And they're always a lot brighter in colour.
It's like I found a spot.
The females are a lot paler in colour, and upside down. You see he's got that little apron underneath there, so that used to be an old tail. Same as the females, they used to use them as a tail. So they'd swim with it. So we've got some off between us and that Pebbley Beach over there. Some more further ahead.
Sorry. Oh, you're alright. Can you see? There we go.
Okay, so we're off out to dinner. Just did a quick outfit refresh. I've got like an M&S jumper on. It's got like, you can't really see it, but it does have like little gold buttons up the sleeve. I've got my threadbare little bomber jacket on. I've got my M&S jeans still. I didn't change out of these, and I've got my Dune loafers. And then, because I didn't bring another bag, I've still got my little jewels bag. But we're gonna take the car down because it's quite a steep hill, and then we're going to park in the car park that's nearby. And I think I'm going to add a little black belt as well, just to, because these jeans are actually a little bit too big on the back. They're a bit gapey. So I'm going to add a belt just to keep them up. We don't want any embarrassing scenes. Oh my god, this looks delicious. Have you got pastry?
Yeah, it's. You didn't get it because it's not.
Oh no, sorry, I couldn't see it because it's straight on.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's lovely.
Take a picture so that we've got it.
Holly on one tray and not on the.
Good morning. It is a rainy day. So it's currently Wednesday and we've woken up to so much rain. I think it's going to be raining all day, so I've scraped my hair back, even though I've got little wispies. And then I think I'm going to try wearing some boots today that I've not worn yet. Take some backup trainers because I don't know how muddy it's going to be. We are going to the Iron Age village, which is probably going to be quite muddy, hence the boots. And then I think we're going to go into Cardigan and have a little wander around the town. So I'm going to have breakfast that my wonderful man has made me. Thank you. And yeah, and then I think we're just going to finish getting ready and head out. Welcome to Castle Henley's. Like little sculptures. Kind of looks like a deer, but with antlers. So for anyone that's coming here, just to warn you, it's a steep hill up into the little Iron Age village. And this is it. Got little houses. Apparently people rarely left their little villages, and if they did not wander far. Just hit my head. Ow. So I've just discovered I am not of Iron Age height. I am definitely way taller than whoever would have lived here, because I just bashed my head even though I was already bending down.
In a way that we wouldn't consider that they would be able to. With that being said, there was a house which we haven't reconstructed today that was abutting the inside of the ramparts, just to the right of the gateway. And in that house,
Oh, that's very interesting. You could walk into one of the huts and there was a couple of people dressed up in like the Iron Age typical clothing and available for questions. So people can just ask whatever questions they feel like. So we learned a few things about like fertility, governance, like who were chiefs, kind of music they listened to, sort of what kind of area they would preside over. And it was all very interesting. So it was nice to have somewhere to wander around, but then also be able to ask questions and get sort of live information rather than just having little plaques dotted around. So we wonder, Daniel said he thinks that this was probably maybe like a tool workshop or something. That definitely looks like a bed, but it does not look comfy at all. So Daniel demonstrated how short they were. And then they have a little very cute, oh my god, words. They have a very cute little herb garden as well. So we're having a little wander through on the way back down. It was very interesting. I'm pleased that we've missed most of the rain. We got a little bit of a drizzle on us, but mostly it's just quite warm. It's not very windy or cold at the top either, so it's nice. Just need a light jacket today. But yeah, that was very interesting. It's funny that they don't know much about the Iron Age, but they know a lot about the Bronze Age in comparison, because apparently nothing was really written down. So I think what they've gathered is from like various people through history and like the stories they told, and they said that they've got quite a lot of information from the Romans. However, the Romans information you have to take with a pinch of salt. I think one thing I did find, I wouldn't go that way. That one doesn't look like a proper path. One thing I did find very interesting was that they said that the chiefs, there was like half and half, like male and female, so it wasn't the typical sort of like, it was more balanced than it is today. And they said that a lot of the, like through the archaeology and obviously looking at the bones and the like DNA and stuff like that, they noted that a lot of the women in certain villages were all related in some way, whereas the men weren't. So it kind of implies that the men married in and married out rather than typically the women marrying in and marrying out. So I found that quite interesting. But yeah, we're just walking back to the car, and I think we're gonna head into Cardigan now, the town. If I've said that wrong, I apologise. I didn't actually Google it beforehand. But yeah, it's about 15 minutes. The Iron Age village was about 45-minute drive from Newquay, where we're staying. And then it's a 15-minute drive back towards Cardigan, and then it'll be probably about half an hour back to Newquay after that. Oh, bonus, little Bronze Age boat. Oh, picture of it. And apparently that is, oh yeah, were boats like this used to transport bluestones to Stonehenge. God, imagine trying to transport a massive stone in a little wooden boat. We found some more sculptures. These ones are horses. I don't know if that's a horse. That one looks like a pig. Yeah, maybe a boar.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. Wonder if you get in this way. Oh yeah, here we go. So it looks like half of the stuff is closed on Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's not that busy. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to apologise because I barely filmed anything in Cardigan. There wasn't really much to see. There was, I don't know, there was a couple of shops, but not really much. There wasn't really much in the market because half of it was closed. There was a couple of nice restaurants, but it would have meant waiting for probably about sort of 2.5 to 3 hours wandering about to wait for them to open for tea, like for dinner time. So we didn't really stay long. And when we were in the car on the way back, I decided to Google things to do in Cardigan, and pretty much everything it came up with, apart from the castle, was in the sort of like outskirts of Cardigan. So what I would say, sorry, I'm walking uphill and I'm out of breath already. What I would say, if you are going to visit the area, just Google things to do and places to see sort of around the area first, in order to plan your trip. But what we did, we had a little bit of a wander around, and then we went back to the car, drove back to Newquay, and then me and Danny have gone sort of through the town to see if we can scout out anywhere else to eat tonight. So we've reserved a table at like a pizza and tapas place that's right on the front. It's actually sat right above the Lime Crab, which is where we had the takeaway from the first night. Trying to walk up a hill, talk, and after you've had 2 drinks. So I've had a daiquiri and a little miniature bottle of white wine. This hill, oh my god. Yeah, prepare for hills if you come to Newquay in Wales. Prepare for the hills. That's all I'll say. But yeah, it's been a chill day. Not too busy. This looks so good. It's our second to last day in Wales, and we're at the Vale of Rheidol Railway to take a steam train all the way up to Devil's Bridge. Now this was honestly way better than I expected. I don't think I've been on a steam train since I was a kid, but I know that Danny did a railway engineering course years ago and has a bit of an interest in trains, so I thought it would be a fun activity, and I figured it would be something my dad would enjoy too. So I booked us the tickets and we jumped on the train, and it was about an hour journey, but the views were honestly absolutely amazing, and I just could not stop staring out the window. When we got off the train, it was a quick 5-minute walk down to Devil's Bridge, and we decided to take the shorter walk to go round the Devil's Punch Bowl. This is absolutely incredible. We're doing the shorter one, which is the Punch Bowl, because the other one takes 45 minutes and the train's in an hour, so we don't really have time. To the chocolate shop because that was a walk and a half uphill. Now we're gonna go sit, enjoy an ice cream, and wait for the train back. Also, they said it was like a half-hour trip around the Punch Bowl, and 45 minutes to do the bridge of the waterfalls. but it only took us 10 minutes. So if it's out of season, you can probably do the 3 waterfalls in much less than 45 minutes, especially if you are of decent fitness and can move pretty quickly. But if you're not, then yes, give yourself 45 minutes just to be on the safe side. Well, it's our last day in Wales, so we are taking the long trip home, which is about 4.5 hours back today. We've stopped for a little break on the way home. This is Chirk Castle. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that view. Apologies for the vehicles that are in the way, but it looks so nice. What a view. Apparently they're doing some reenacting here tomorrow, so I don't know whether it's like a little mini battle or something. Oh, look how pretty. This is the castle gardens. Oh, wow. Daniel's just spotted this. That is a really nice view for a statue. How cute is that little hut? And look at that view. It's incredible. I have to say, I think this is one of the better like castle gardens I've ever been to. Really impressive. There's quite a lot to it as well. Everything's very well taken care of. And it's just really nice and pretty. And it's on a beautiful hill with an amazing view. So I'm already going to highly recommend Chirk Castle. And I've not even been inside yet. It's just by Wrexham, if you're wondering where it is. We've got some girls. We tried to get into the gardens before that rain cloud comes. So I'm not liking the look of it. I'll do the castle inside the castle in a minute. So he's been making me try and guess who this statue is. He's told me it's a Greek god. It's not Zeus. Apollo? No, it's not Poseidon. Hercules?
There you go.
Oh, right, okay. He's a demigod.
That's what I said. You're on the right track.
It's a stunning view though. Like, the castle's amazing. And then how fabulous Hercules looks at that every day. Not sure why he's in Wales, but let's go inside and have a look. I'm so glad they let me film inside of this castle, because at Powers Castle you couldn't film or take any photos, but it was really good because I can share with you some of the things that were in the castle and why it's definitely worth a visit if you're in the area. They've kept so much stuff, and there's been a lot of care and attention into maintaining this place, so I would highly recommend a visit to Chirk Castle. But that is actually the end of my vlog for Wales. I hope you enjoyed. We all had such a nice relaxing time in Newquay and exploring mid Wales. I think we definitely need to come back for another trip and explore more of the country.